as it stands, we've had an opportunity to take a good hard look at that iPad. The iPad is in really bad shape. At this point, we do not have the tools available to effectively look at the video on the iPad. That could take months, weeks in order for us to get that video off that iPad. There's also some chip damage within the iPad. So that is not going to become available to any of us, including the police department, for a very long period of time, just so everybody knows. Second of all, the police report is done and will be released to everyone here within the hour. It is a lengthy report. I'll get you guys some time to digest that, and then we'll have our last press release at 5 p.m. today after you guys have the opportunity to review that. Do you have any questions?
Officer Hudson, if you don't have the video from that iPad, does that mean there aren't going to be any charges anytime soon?
As it stands right now, there will not be any charges anytime soon without that iPad, and that could be, again, weeks, months away.
How much is, I mean, the department typically, this is an out of this ordinary domestic violence situation. How many resources is the police department prepared to invest to look at this video?
You know, at this point, we're doing everything humanly possible and investing as much as physically possible in order to get that video. We're going the extra mile, and sooner or later we hope to have something. But at this point, there's definitely no guarantee.
During a routine, to that point, during a routine domestic violence investigation, would you spend as much money in investigative research in any case, let alone this one, or are you going to greater lengths than normal?
No, you know, the bottom line for us is this: if there's a crime, we want that crime to be something that we can effectively deal with. Domestics happen every day. What you see, the only reason why you're seeing this much attention is obviously who that person is. But the truth is, if you yourself had a domestics in your home, tonight we would be doing the exact same thing in order to get that information, because that's critical to the citizens of this city.
News conference here in Lake Mary. What we basically heard is it is going to be weeks, possibly months, until we find out what exactly is on Shelley Zimmerman's iPad. That video they've been trying to get, it was broken during the confrontation on Monday between Shelley and George, and they're just going to keep working until they get it. Matt, we're going to send it back to you.
George Zimmerman taking a knife to that iPad, then appearing to break it. Is it your opinion that he either irreparably damaged that memory card or knew what he was doing because he knew what was on that iPad? Did George Zimmerman do this damage?
I don't know if that was a definitive intention. Obviously, he destroyed the iPad, and he said he did. Of course, he also communally owns that iPad with his wife. So, you know, that's a whole other issue in of itself.
And if he doesn't know,
face a charge for obstruction or destroying possible evidence of a possible criminal investigation.
You know, it's possible, but at this point, without additional information, without additional footage, there's no way that we can really come to that conclusion. Because right now, as it stands right now, we don't see a crime.
Yeah, don't you have to know that there's evidence on it before you can press that?
That is exactly correct. We have to know what's on it before we could do anything. And right now, we do not have access to that information on that iPad as it stands.
What is Shelley saying is on that iPad? Is she claiming there's particular footage that you're looking for?
Yeah. Shelley is saying that she walked around videotaping George in the household during this confrontation that they had in that household. That's what she is saying is on that iPad. She was videotaping, and by the way, George was also videotaping belongings that they wanted to have, you know, in separation with this divorce. That's what that whole thing was about.
Did George's videotape mention?
I'm sorry?
Did George's video?
No. George's videotape was outside the home, inside a vehicle.
Has he turned it over to you?
We haven't asked for it because it doesn't have anything to do with the crime.
This is aftermath.
Correct.
Have either one of them been to the police department, or have you asked to talk to either one of them since Monday afternoon?
We had a conversation with Ms. Zimmerman yesterday.
And what was that about?
That was about her providing us with permission and passwords to get into the iPad. And she was cooperative. That was it.
Aside from they wanted in the house. What behavior do you expect to be captured on that iPad that tells you it's worth going to these lengths to retrieve that video?
Well, when you're talking about a confrontation, video, you don't have that issue. When you have video, you have clarity. And that's why the video is important. That's why what we've been waiting for.
Officer, you've alluded to someone hitting the iPad, hitting someone with the iPad. Who are you speaking of? Was that Shelley hitting George or George hitting Shelley?
The allegation is that Shelley struck George on the back with the iPad. But at this point, all that is an allegation.
Are you sending it away to ask people somewhere like that to try to fix whatever's broken?
Right now, we're trying to ascertain who to send it to because you have some chain of custody issues regarding this issue, and you also have some privacy issues. As well. I'll take one more question.